Welcome back to Destiny Vibes with JFO. Today, we're going to talk about how to guess someone's rising sign. Now, why is the rising sign so important? So in popular astrology, the reason why the rising sign is so important is because they literally make a solar scope for horoscopes. They take your sign, they make it the rising sign. It's kind of like a generalized way to give you some type of horoscope. I don't know. I think it's a little bit silly. But the thing is that the rising sign is only one of four of the main corners. So the rising sign, it really starts the first house. And so that is basically how you are with yourself. That's the self house, the Aries corner, if you will. It's really the four cardinal signs, okay? So the fourth house cusp is basically the home angle, if you will, the IC. Then we've got the descendant, which is how we are with others. That's the Libra cusp. And then we've got the cusp of the Capricorn 10th house, which is public image, how we are with ourselves, or the midhaven. The reason why the rising sign is so important is because once you know the rising sign, which we determine with the time of birth, but once you know what was rising on the left hemisphere when you were born, that creates the combination of layer 1 and layer 2 and layer 3. So without the time, you've got layer 1 and 2. You've got, the sun is in Aries. The moon is in Libra, right? You've got those two. But the third, the house, is where the good stuff is. So once you know the rising sign, you can pretty much determine the combination. So I've been studying the Divine Zodiac Blueprint, the Hero's Journey Roadmap, in the sky and the day you're born. I've been studying that for 25 plus years. I have seen so many blueprints, thousands and thousands and thousands, and it took me some time to really get good at this. But what started to happen for me is I started to gain a photographic memory with the blueprint. So I would see it, especially for people that I know, right? I would see it, and then I would basically be able to see it in my mind always when I would be talking to someone. So they would be like, how do you remember all my stuff? And it's because I would have a photographic memory of it. It's almost like because it's an energy language, I'm so fluent in the energy language that it just comes natural to me. So how do you guess the rising sign? Obviously, you can do a game of detective where you find out the birth story and you kind of narrow it down into a small chunk of time. And then you play around with the different times that it could be, and you can guess from there, and you can kind of see if you know the person, you can be like, I wonder if this one's more them, and you can see the combination, right? That's one way to do it. But the true way to guess the rising sign is to literally do various blueprints. Just start to, anyone you meet, just start to get their time of birth and start to read various blueprints, because the more and more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So how do I guess the rising sign? This is what I do. When I meet someone, a lot of times they'll remind me. Now, if they don't, obviously, it's going to be hard to do, but a lot of times they'll remind me of 1 to 2, sometimes 3 people. Maybe it's a celebrity, maybe it's someone I know. And so what I do is I start to look back up those chart information, right? And I see the rising sign. This happened to me recently. This person I met, I was just thinking, whoa, they remind me of this actor. They also remind me of this other actor. And then they remind me of a friend that I know. And so I looked up all 3, and 2 of them had the same rising sign, and the third one had the same rising sign but flipped, right? So I think it was like Leo Aquarius, and then it was the flipped. It was Aquarius Leo, and I'm like, okay, well, they're obviously rising sign Leo or Aquarius, right? And so from there, I start to pull more information in. I start to think, okay, well, would this combination be more them? Like if it was this one, their sun could be in this house. And if it was this one, their moon would be there and their destiny would be there. And I just start to really play with it, right? And I start to see like, who else do they remind me of? And because a lot of times, if 2 people have the same rising sign, that means they have the same combination of chart, right? That means that their Virgo is in the Aries, right? I'm just making it up, but their Virgo is in the Aries, right? And then their Libra is in the Taurus and so forth. And so a lot of times they're going to have the same isms, the same way that they talk, the same way that they flow. I mean, people say all the time that I look like either Anna Faris or Britney Spears. I don't really agree with this, by the way. You can tell me in the comments below if you think I do. But both Anna and Britney are Sagittariuses, and I'm a Sagittarius. So the next time 2 or 3 people remind you of each other, I bet you they have the same combination of chart or something is the same. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to dive deeper into my Destiny Vibe system, you're going to want to go below to itstotallyyourdestiny.com. You're going to start there, okay? You're going to take my 8-minute free Destiny course. You don't even have to put your name or email in. You're going to get your Destiny. Then you're going to follow the trail. You're going to put in your birthday info. You're going to join me for the Mindset Fix. You're going to join my High Performance Mastermind. And there's 2 really cool courses. They're both $11 where I'm going to show you, one, how you can do your own destiny mapping using the quarters, and it's all customized to your blueprint using the quarters of the year. And you're also going to learn your second destiny sign. So definitely check that out below. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you next week.